Hi guys, this is Vamsi Padala. In this video, we are discussing about the order capture application enhancement. So we did four major enhancements. So one is forcing the username text field to uppercase, and the second one is the schedule notification, and the third one is to uh, show the order items which are in the future date with price as 0, and the fourth one is creating a delete button to an order. So now I'm going to start uh, with the with the schedule notification, because this needs a time set for it. So the schedule notification is something, but when the user is creating an order, so he has to submit it and as well as sync it to the RPM. So sometimes the user don't doesn't remember that he has to sync to the RPM, so the user might forget about it. So the reason for the schedule notification and the cost for the schedule notification is to remind the user that there are some orders which are submitted and but not synced with the RPM. So the notification will be fired at in like in every 4 hours time interval starting from 6 a.m. in the morning. The timing is a device timing. It's irrespective of the time zone. It just takes the device timing. The app just follows the device timing. So for this, let's have a demo for this one. How does uh, how does the notification fires and everything? The notification will be fired like in the first condition is the notification fires when the device is logged. You can see the notification on the device the device lock screen, and you are in the background. When the application is in the background, you see the notification on top at the navigation pane, and when the device is active, you see a alert pop up showing with a message, and you can dismiss the pop-up and you can go ahead and synchronize. So now for this we need to set a time interval for that. So now the time is 2:11. I don't want to rush, so I'll just make the time interval to 12, so that we get a flexible I'll go ahead and do it to 2:13 so that we get a flexible time to demonstrate it. So now I set the time, and now I'm running the code. The simulator pops up with our application, and make sure you're not for the schedule notification to work, we should not be on the VPN, because the submit button is having an auto sync. Now we're gonna see that how it works. So now here I'm picking up a customer and then giving a description, say like notification demo. So then I'm creating an order, and I'm giving the order line items here, and then I'm saving the order, and then I'm submitting it. So when you see here, the submit button is having auto sync. So once I'm hitting the submit button, the synchronize function is happening in here. So get ready to see the notification on the lock screen first. Oh, now the app is uh, active, so notification will be on the screen. So let me go ahead and go to the background, and then let me lock the screen. So now we are ready to see the notification on the lock screen. We have another a minute time, that is we scheduled to 2:13. So the notification gets fired at exactly at 2 hours 12 minutes and 59 seconds. Once it takes 2:13. So we are just waiting for the notification to pop up. See, here you go, you see the notification on here. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just go ahead and sliding on this one. Now you see the alert, so that is when the application is active, you see the alert like this. And I'm gonna dismiss this. So we have seen in two scenarios. One is when the application is active and when the application is locked. Now I'm going to show you how the notification looks when the application is in the background. So now I'm going ahead and setting up a time interval. Say now I have a minute time, so I would take it as 4:14 and then run the code again. Oh no, I'll just do it as 215 because I I don't want this notification to miss. So I'm going ahead and doing it at 215. Okay, now we are into our application, and then we are going ahead and creating an order. Creating notif. Let's give the same as notification demo. Demo. I'm creating it and adding some mem items and save and submit. And then we are going to the background. So probably we have like 45 seconds or 30 seconds remaining for the notification to pop up on our screen. See, here you go. You see the notification when the application is in the background, which is on which is shown on the top at the notification pane. And when you drag the notification bar down, you'll be able to see this. See the notification on the notification bar, and when you hit on, it's gonna show into your pop-up in this one. So this pop-up will be seen when the application is active. So I have shown you the pop-up twice, so it's gonna be the same how when the application is active. So I believe we are uh, done demonstrating the notification enhancement. And so for this, the code is written in here in the app.delegate.m. So let me just full screen this. So if you see here, first thing we need to make sure that our application is registered to the remote notifications. That since our app delegate class, the root wave controller for the parent class for our app delegate class is the SB app delegate. So let's find it first. See, here you go. This is the SB app delegate, and you can also find your root class with the help of just command clicking on the interface file here, and then it's gonna take you directly to the app delegate. So we just missed the app delegate, so this is gonna be the header file. And then if you go down here, no, here. Okay, let's go down to the implementation file, and here we need to make sure that our application is registered for the remote notifications like this. So if this block of code is not present in the app delegate, then you cannot show any kind of notifications. And they register the it's registered for the notifications, and then it is also did register for the notification with the device token. That means if you're getting like every notification has its own token number, just like if you take the push notifications also, every push notification will be having a token number that will be detected by the server. So that is something. So that is something which we know here. And then let's jump into our code where we have written the code. So here, this is our appdelegate.m class. This is the base class for every application. So this appdelegate class is a must class that should be there for every application. Or when you just open up and create a new project, the first thing you're gonna see on your project navigator are these two classes. So what we did is like first according to the requirement, the alert should be shown when the application is background. So so we started here when saying that the application is background. Afterwards, uh, after this we gave it a condition. I mean, we are pulling up the DB here. That is a database which we have, and then we have attached this uh, then we have created a string for this one to get to query the orders which are submitted but are pending sync. So for this we have created a new string in the sb string constants.h, that is my submitted orders. Sorry, it is get submitted orders. See, here you go. So we have created a new construct string, that is get submitted orders, and here we implemented that in this one, here in the sql statements. If you see here, we got that get submitted orders, and we are querying for the orders which are submitted but pending sync. So the orders which are submitted but are pending sync will be residing in this particular in a particular table called local states, and in a particular row called amdcls local states, which you can see in our database. So we are querying for that here, and then we are using that value in here for the condition. And then and then we are putting a condition here that result count is greater than 0. That means if an order is submitted and if an order is submitted and it is synchronized, the results count would be 0. So here, if the order is submitted but not pending, and which is pending sync, then it's going to show a result count for that is 1 or greater than 1. So if you see here, we have given a condition that if the result count is greater than 0, then fire a notification as this particular according to this particular date and the calendar. So the date is the NS date, which is the regular date which you use in iOS programming, and the calendar is the Gregorian calendar. And make sure this is the Gregorian calendar because so to find which calendar is used by the iOS device, you can just go into your iOS device, which one you're using, an iPhone or iPad. If you go to the if if you go to the date and time settings, there you can see that it is a Gregorian calendar. And then we have put a condition that if the hours so we are scheduling the notification from 6 till 2 at night, till 6 a.m. From this day till 2 a.m. at night. So we have put a condition here like if the hour is 6, because we don't want the notification to be repeated always. So we are just giving it if the hour is less than 6, then fire a notification, and if hour is less than 10, fire a notification 14. Likewise it's same for 14, 18 and 22 and 2. And then so we have set up the conditions, and now we need to show an alert pop-up when the application is active, or when you are swiping the application. And if you want to go you swipe the application, sorry, when you want to swap, when you're swiping the notification on the lock screen, or when you're on the from the notification pan, it's showing you a certain kind of alert, right? So that alert, to show that alert, we are using this void show alert miss method here. In Yeah, in this we have allocated a alert notification with a message title in here, and as well as a button to dismiss the alert notification. And sorry, to dismiss the alert, not the notification, just the alert pop-up. So then we are calling that alert pop-up in every in the this in our local notification method, where we have allocated a local notification down in here. And then we are scheduling time in different ways like this, like at different timings, like at 6 o'clock and 10 o'clock and 14. So before first showing the notification, I just changed up the time here, so I'm reverting back the changes here again. So okay, I'll just go ahead and right click on my abdelgad.ham, and then I'll discard the changes such that it's going to be the default changes which were before I did the changes to this. Yeah, so I'll just clean the code to make sure that if everything is right. So it's asking for me to stop because when the simulator is running, you cannot clean the code. I'll just go ahead and stop this. So now we have discussed about one of our enhancement, that is the schedule notification enhancement. So now we're gonna discuss about the username forcing the username text field to uppercase. So for this, first we need to go to our simulator, and then uninstall the application first, because you can see your login screen only when the application is installing for the first time. So once you're logged into the application, so whenever you run in the simulator or when you're running in the iPad device, it doesn't ask you to log in again and again. So first we need to just delete this one and then click on home to make sure these applications are not moving, and then we'll go into our Xcode. Okay, here you go. So let's run the application to view the next enhancement. Oh, oh, my bad. I think I have deleted some other application instead of this one. I'm sorry about that. So, as a CM dev, so we are deleting this one back again, and then we are just running the code again. Sorry for the inconvenience. Okay, see here, and make sure we click on OK to see the notifications for us. So so I'm typing my username here, and as soon as I hit on tab or on plus, or if I'm just pointing onto my password text field, you see the username turn changing into uppercase. Okay, let me go ahead and give my password here. Okay, so let this thing load. So for this enhancement, this enhancement should be done in three places. One is in here, and other is when you're resetting your device, and the other is when sometimes when the app fails to synchronize or due to some data issues or server issues, you have to if you're just making your application to go into background, and when you are coming up back to the application, sometimes your application forgets your credentials, and it might be asking you saying that failed to log in, and it's going to ask you for the username and password. So once our application is loaded, I'm going to show you where's the second place where we want to do this. So yeah, it shows the app was unable to reach the Tron server. Please try again. Yes, because we turned off our VPN to explain the first enhancement. So now I'm turning on my VPN. Yeah, if you see now the application works good. Now we will be able to log into the application. It's going to take some time. Okay, so meanwhile, I'm gonna explain you where we did the code changes for this one. So for this application, if you have to do any changes or any settings regarding the user interface, because our user interface is mainly based on total on the Tetron UI, and our application is just like we customize the Tetron UI for the Starbucks to to modify it into a Starbucks application. So for everything, for the settings and everything, the total settings, and regarding the user interface, anything other than the customization, everything will be present in the library. We just have the scope to do some changes and do some customizations. Some methods are left out to help us to customize them. So such kind of method we are using in here to force our username text field to uppercase. So for that, first we need to register the event listener, that is AMDC settings, com get settings, and 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 this is the event which we are trying to mm, register, that is settings change. This is an event we are trying to register first here, and then after registering that, then we need to put a condition for that, like where we want to and which text will we want to force, and as well as in which fields, in which areas we want to force the text field. So we are putting an condition in here, and then calling the method called settings change, which is a which is an event. So here we have written the block of code to make the event work. That is, we are asking for the settings of permission first, and then creating a string username, and in the settings the get username. So this get username is, like I said before, some of the we were given the feasibility and freedom to customize some UI. So this get username is one of those feasible methods we are using in here. See, if you see, sorry, some of the methods and strings we are using here. So here, if you see, the inner string is the get username. So now we are using here to force the username to uppercase. So if you see here, we are given the condition, and make sure that this condition follows the not symbol. If not, the username is equal to string is convert name, because if you remove this not, then it's going to an infinite loop. So that's the reason, if we have given a condition called not in here. This means if the username is equal to converted name, then settings, the username will be the converted name, and then the settings are to be saved. And we must make sure that we save these settings. If not, the settings are going to revert back again. That means these settings won't be applied. So we need to save these settings. So for that, we are using this method called save settings in here. And then why not means, if username is equal to string, that is, it's a converted name. So if you see here, username, we got the username here, and the converted name, we give the username as an uppercase string. So if you put here the not symbol, that means if this condition fails, then it forces the text field uh, to uppercase, and that's it. And we are calling this event on setting change event in here to make it work on three different screens. In three different areas. I think our application is ready to show us where it is. So let's begin using the app. And the first view was the login view, where I have shown you before. And the other view is, if you go to the settings, and if you are trying to reset your device, it should happen in here also. So let me give it in a smaller case, that means lowercase. As soon as I did this, the username has changed in here. So the other view, it's a kind of a rare view. You don't see it that frequent. It's too often. So there should be a sometimes you might be seeing that kind of screen. It shows up with a pop-up call for you to log in pop-up. So that's totally customized in the SDK itself, so we don't have any feasibility to customize it or do anything to it. uh, so I believe now we are done with our second enhancement. And the third one is showing up the future order items with a price as 0. So for that, we have written a block of code to make it show as the price list as 0, but we will be able to see the future items with a price list of 0. So we have written that in your item list. somewhere in here. Line item order. Okay, here you go. So this method is to show the items present, the order list items. So in this we have customized the code or modified it to show it as to show the order items which are in the future with a zero price list here. So we have started, we have modified with like three different predicate methods. So first you need to know about the predicate methods. So you can look into the predicate methods in the iOS developer documentation, the Apple developer documentation. You can find about the AMD predicates in here. So here we have given three new predicates called start date in the past, and the start date is null, and start in the future. So we'll be putting a logical condition in here when it comes to the final date predicate to show up the items which are in future but with a zero pricing. So the pricing is modified in here. Okay, here the pricing is modified in here. Just a second. Okay, somewhere in this block of code, the pricing logic has been modified. I mean you can find it quickly when you go and search onto the in the search bar. So it is something like, the price list item. So where the pricing is modified, giving that the value, some boolean value, uh, such that it's gonna just show it's just gonna show you the order items which are in future but with a zero price. So now we are also done with our second enhancement, and um, the third one is making the order item, deleting the order item. So for this, so this enhancement is going to come in the is about to get into the production, because for this we also need the Tetron server side criteria change and as well the Cbul server side change. So I think the analysis is done on this one. So from the device side, I have written the code. I have modified the code in here, and the code for the modification is right here. And this is like bold table wave. We are just we are just giving the table wave the the power to delete an order. So for this, if we have given a condition that, because if we write this block of code in here without the condition, the delete button is showing up in everywhere, like my submitter and my just a second, I'm going to show you clearly. Okay, if we don't write the condition, we are able to delete the order in all orders and in my new orders and as well as in my submit orders, to cut short, to just break it down into that block of code into only to my orders, that functionality just to my orders. M- my new orders, we have just written this condition, this if condition in here. So now we will be only able to delete that order only in my new orders. Just like this. And if you click on delete, then the order will be disappear from in here. So this is our third enhancement. So yeah, this is something we have so totally I reached around like now four. So one is the username. So the first one I showed you, the demonstration, was regarding the schedule notification, and the second one was forcing the username to uppercase, and the third was the price list logic, that is showing up the future order items with the future date and with the zero pricing. And the fourth one is deleting deleting an order from the my order my new orders list. And that's it for today. Thank you guys.